Okay. Shiloh and Mama are out taking a walk since it's almost 50 degrees outside in January. We're taking a look at the gardens. That's right. Can you say hello? Yeah, thanks. So let's see. We are standing on top of the hill. 2 years ago, or 2 seasons ago, we put in these apple, pear, and one cherry tree. And our original garden was over there, the one covered in straw. That's doing well. I cannot believe how warm out it is. Yay for cars! So this was our original garden. It's probably 14 by 24 or so. Not very big, but it was the first one. We did that no dig. So we laid down cardboard on top of the grass, and then we put compost. And then last year, we called this the pumpkin patch. Obviously there's no pumpkins in it January, but last year we did Brussels sprouts, which came out great, and garlic. That was amazing to grow garlic and so easy. And then in the center was pumpkins. Down here is the herb garden. We actually have 2 herb gardens. The other one is over there. Herbs and flowers, things to make teas. And then this garden here, which is quite large. This one we just put in May 2022. We had 3 or 4 different kinds of beans, like string beans, pole beans. We did 3 sisters with the corn, squash, and beans. Added some pawpaw trees in the back where those shade cloths are, and also Jerusalem artichokes, which I did not pick, and I'm going to see how those go. I know they take over, but the front raised garden was my mother-in-law's, and then we made 3 others here for her to work in. So she did a various annual veggies there. And the pond. He said peekaboo. So we will head over and check out the pond, which spends a lot of the year empty. However, we have gotten so much precipitation in the last couple of weeks that it is full, which is wonderful. And then with this melt, I'm sure more water is going to come down. I guess you could consider us in the foothills of the White Mountains. We're about an hour away, but all that land slopes down towards us. So one way or another, we end up getting water from the mountains when things thaw. Bless you. So over here, which will be hard to see, there's a bog over there, which is overgrown with trees and such, but that water ends up feeding a portion of it, ends up feeding our pond. So this is a work in progress. We are digging some every year. It's actually fairly shallow. It's not as deep as we'd like it to be, but over here on this corner, I'd say is probably the deepest. maybe only 4 to 6 feet, but the water is actually quite high right now. It's almost up to the top of the berm. So we do need to dig out more, work on it little bit by bit so that it can hold more. But it was amazing when this was filled last spring with water. We actually got a mommy duck, a daddy duck, and a baby duckling. Of course, the dog wanted to try to tell them to go away, or he was going to have a snack, which that just shows what he will do with our chickens if he's allowed to, when we get them in the spring, which, my gosh, it already feels like spring. It's insanely warm. Go from 9 degrees to 50 degrees in a 7-day span. It's bittersweet, I guess. My apple trees are a bit confused, or the fruit trees are a bit confused. They look like they've started to bud over the last couple of days. I don't know how that's gonna go. Shiloh's pretty chatty. Right, Shiloh? Are you pretty chatty? Come over here and check out grapes. Yeah? Yeah? Are you pretty chatty? Hello. So, our Catawba grapes. They did fruit last year. I put these in, I think it was March when I put them in last year. Then they looked like sticks like they do now forever, but they ended up getting a lot of leaves and they started fruiting. But I took the fruits off so that they could work on their root system. And these bars of soap here are to try to ward off any wild creatures that might be looking for something to eat. Down here, these are all new last spring. Baby apple trees. I don't know what's wrong with this guy here. Put these stakes in to try to keep them straight. That one's leaning now. Again, the Irish spring soap trick I'm hoping will work. Something got to these beforehand though. As you can see, somewhat from if it will focus, the deer were already nibbling off the top, so that's okay because I'll just work with it. They're helping me prune. That's the way I'm gonna see it. They're just helping me prune. Yeah, so we thought, oh, Shiloh's swinging a tree from the wind. Yeah. So we thought we'd go for a walk. We thought we'd go for a walk since it's such a nice day. I'm gonna take a walk up here in the blueberry field. Last year I counted the blueberry bushes, the active pickable blueberry bushes. There was about 74. These are all the smaller wild blueberries. Really, really tasty blueberries. Just the way you would want them. Down in the other end by the road, there's actually some of the large species of blueberries, which you gotta really pick them at the right time, like the small ones. But the big ones, if you're not careful, they're either too tart or they're too mushy. So I actually am doing an experiment. So I have pruned a blueberry bush. So for example, it looked like this mess. And that's really hard to pick blueberries. And then of course the plant is focusing on just too many branches and and all of that. So I pruned down one of the blueberry bushes so we can see how that does this summer around 4th of July when we come to harvest it. And then if that works out well, we will get to working on the other 73 bushes. So Shiloh and I are gonna head into the woods and take a little stroll. Yeah? The blueberries are all gone. They're all gone. So we will